an hour later. So far away, please do.
What was your reaction watching the show and seeing first the Fiesta Bowl, which everybody was kind of the chatter was that was it. First the Fiesta Bowl come up without you guys, and then the Orange Bowl come up and see your logo there.
Yeah, it's interesting. Matt Engelberg, our video coordinator, walked in my office yesterday afternoon and told me about something that he had heard, or I don't know if it was on TV or on one of the .com sites, what have you, but mentioned us going to the Orange Bowl, possibly going to the Orange Bowl. It was really the first I had heard of it, so you have to give Matt credit there. He's a prophet, but yeah, we were just thrilled. We were hopeful to be going somewhere in a BCS game first and foremost, but we would have been very excited to go anywhere, quite frankly. And this is just just a real nice bonus for us. We're thrilled to be going back. None of the players on our team have been involved in this game, and last time we were down there, we had a tremendous experience. We didn't play nearly as well as we had hoped to or would like to, but everything else about it was extremely positive. So I think we're all excited. You just talked to our players. In fact, you guys talked to them before I did, and my guess is they're all very excited. I think that's probably representative of our entire football team.
Now, Kirk, did you watch Texas-Nebraska last night? And did you watch that knowing that maybe this would have major implications for you?
Yeah, I did, and I've heard some talk that maybe had Nebraska when we may have been paired up against them. That was news to me. I heard that today, but there's so much talk just in general. But I guess my slant on it last night was that it was going to be good for us if Texas won. So experienced a little bit of anxiety, probably like a lot of Iowa fans did last evening. And but the bottom line is it worked out, and we're just thrilled to death.
It's unbelievable how many things this year with Iowa football have come down to 1 second.
Yeah, so it was probably appropriate last night. I wasn't quite sure that second was going to be on the clock, and but what an ending there. And I've been a lot of crazy games the last couple of weeks. I've gotten to watch some games finally outside of our own, and they fit right into with what we saw all season long.
Like when you think about all the close finishes and the injuries and all the adversity this year, how much of a reward is this really for your team for what they've had to battle through and what they were able to accomplish?
That was one of the points I tried to make Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday we visited, but just having a chance to watch the games over Thanksgiving, and then the last 24 hours. If you look at football, I think anytime you win, you ought to be appreciative, and that was one of the concerns during the course of the year. Geez, we were winning right at the end, or behind in the fourth quarter and all that. And I think that it's such a fine line right now in college football, pro football, and probably high school football the same way. So things are competitive, and the teams that find ways to win, particularly at the end of the game, that's a real positive, and that's why we've had a good feeling about this football team, our football team, all season long. And if it wasn't for their resolve, the way they persevered during the course of the year, we won't be sitting here tonight talking about a BCS bid. So again, I think the credit really goes to our players. They did a wonderful job all during the season, handled all the challenges that we had, and there were many, especially from the injury front. And the guys just kept pushing forward. So we're really proud of what they've done. Very excited about the opportunities ahead of us. And that being said, we know we have a great challenge. Georgia Tech just had an exceptional year. I think there's 7 teams in the country right now that have won more than 10 games, and Georgia Tech being one of them, ACC champions. And I think they've lost 6 games now in 2 years. So Coach Johnson's done a great job there in a short amount of time. Very tough preparation, I know that much, and it's going to be a great challenge. But we're excited to be involved.
You mentioned this game in '03 was your worst goal performance ever for you guys.
Not even close, yeah.
What do you do to make sure this time's different? What's different this time that makes you think it will be a different outcome?
Yeah, I just think, that was, again, I draw a parallel between that experience and our '81 Rose Bowl, at least from my personal experiences. And, I think we're just happy to be there back in the '02-03 experience. And, there was a lot of hoopla and all that kind of thing surrounding our team at that point. I think we probably got a little caught up in the euphoria of the whole thing. And, it was a very unique experience. I think we've matured a little bit since then. And, the bottom line is, we want to enjoy the experience, no question about that, but we also want to go down and play a good football game too. And, I think our guys get that concept, but we'll continue to work on that during the course of the month.
Have you made any determination on when you might report down there?
Yeah, roughly, 27th, 28th, somewhere in there. We'll probably travel down to Florida and want to make sure we have enough time to get acclimated to the temperature. It's going to be a little different probably than what we're used to up here. I'll just take a shot at that one. And so we want a little chance to get acclimated to that part of it. And you know, if I recall, if I remember correctly, just the lifestyle down there is a little different than Iowa City too. So give our guys a chance to enjoy some of those things, get used to things a little bit, but then also you know, get their focus turned towards the ball game. So yeah, I think we're pretty comfortable with our plan overall, and you know, we'll just slide. It's the first time we've played a game this late. Obviously, January 5th is a late date. And, you know, maybe that's a break because it'll help us get some of our injured guys back a little bit fuller strength, and then also we may need every minute of it to get ready for this offensive attack. You know, it's very, very unique.
Will that mean more workouts in Iowa City?
Yeah, I mean, we'll get done what we have to get done here, and I think probably the only radical change is just how we choose to travel. Last time we came from all different directions, but I think we'll probably travel as a team. That is one conclusion we made coming out of that game 6 years ago. We were all pretty much on the same page there. That wasn't a great idea, and you know, so we've got a few things that maybe we learned from our last experience there.
In your experience, what's the biggest challenge facing a trip option team like this?
Just, you know, it dawned on me just a minute ago, too, that we're playing January 5th. Maybe we can borrow some players from some other places, you know, because I don't know how we're going to simulate their offensive football team. I got a chance to watch a little bit of their Georgia game last week, and, you know, they're better than they were a year ago, and they looked awfully good a year ago. So they've got some tremendous players. You know, we're a little bit unique offensively. You know, and I think, you know, right now with everybody in the spread, quote-unquote, spread attacks, we're a little bit unique. But, you know, Georgia Tech is like 5 degrees beyond where we're at, just because I was asked on the conference call a minute ago, last time we faced an option team, a pure option team. I can't remember us facing a pure option team. So, you know, it's going to be very, very unique for us, very different, and we're going to have to you know, try to get ready for it. Obviously, you have to have great discipline with what you're doing. You have to be cover all the bases, and because you know they pose a lot of threats, and they're predominantly a running football team. But when they throw, you know, I haven't seen the stats or looked at them that closely, but it seems like they get a lot of big plays in the passing game, mainly because you're so geared up to stop the run and try to play the run. So, you know, a well-run option attack is very tough to defend. And my first snapshot scouting with Georgia Tech really was a Thursday night, probably last October, I'm guessing, a year ago October. They were playing Miami on a Thursday night ball game. I walked in, it was on in the kitchen, and boy, they were just shredding Miami. And you know, just kind of stopped and froze in my tracks, and I was really intrigued with it just because, you know, it was, you know, a new attack for Georgia Tech, yet they were having great success that evening. And, but I'm a little bit familiar with Coach Johnson's coaching career, and you know, he's had success every step of the way with what they do.